Well, good evening and welcome to Jen Cares powered by Chosen Counselors. I am your host, Jen Cares, and the founder of Chosen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. As always, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, for liking, for sharing, for coming back, and all that jazz. We can't do this without you. So I truly just thank each and every one of you. I love and appreciate you all. I want to say special thanks to Dante Kennedy for joining us last week. That segment was amazing. That boy did that. He has safely made it to Dubai, and we are so happy for him. And friends, I just want to encourage us again. That dream that you dreamed years ago can still come to pass. You too can move up to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Tell you, I'm still coming with my tambourine. I'm going to figure it out how to get in that set. Or not, just go to visit. But we'll see. So again, thank you so much, Dante. This month's theme is Faith Walk, and the segments for this month are related to simply stepping out on faith to pursue our dreams, goals, and more. We want our viewers to know, one, that there is still time to achieve their goals as we head into the final quarter of the year. Why? Because this is the final quarter, October. We're about to be at the home stretch of 2021. 2020 looked different. 2019 looked different, but how do you want to end 2021? That's what we're talking about, a faith walk. So the month segments are titled The Jeffersons, which we talked about last week, being able to get to a dream that you thought was impossible, moving up to the deluxe apartment. That was a ceiling that was created, but somebody bypassed it to get up there. You can bypass the ceilings that are trying to stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do. Tonight, we're going to talk about hidden figures. Why? Because sometimes we're in the back. We don't want to be in the spotlight. We want to be backstage. But sometimes, sweeties, it's good to move to the forefront. Next week, we'll talk about good times and close out with It's a Faith Thing. And you have to tune in for those nights to find out why I picked those topics, all right? But again, tonight's segment is Hidden Figures. This was a movie about three brilliant African-American women at NASA who were the brains behind one of the greatest operations in history. This segment's goal is to put a spotlight on what areas we are hiding. In what areas we're hiding, rather, as we may have a great idea that we're not pursuing. What are you thinking about doing that you're not doing? We want you to no longer hide. The funny part, or it may be ironic, but in talking to our guest tonight, she gave me a run for my money, y'all. I'm going to tell. She was nervous, trying to get out of it. And I laughed. You know why? Because that's what somebody that's used to being hidden does. They don't want to be on the spotlight. They don't want to be on the forefront. But guess what? She is a powerhouse. She got some amazing things that she's doing. And I want to push out there with love, with joy. And we're going to receive her well. Right, friends? Hey, we want to encourage her to keep on going forth in whatever it is that she wants to do because she's trying to help somebody else like me and you. All right? She's confident in what she does, but again, wants to be in that backstage. But today, she is coming to the front. Tonight's guest is no longer hiding, and she is on a mission, and she's walking by faith. So let me welcome my friend, Antoinette Lawrence, our guest for Hidden Figures. Woo!
Hi.
Good
You
evening.
got me. You got me, Jen. You got me.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna was it last week? I guess it was like after the segment, she was like, no, it was later in the week. She said, Jen, I can't be a guest. I love it so much. I truly thank you for taking the time to come out and to be a guest. And I'm excited for what our viewers are going to walk away with on tonight.
Well, thank you for having me, sis.
Yes.
You know I love you. I really do.
I love you too, sunshine. So over here at Jen Cares, we always start with a quote of the day. Today's quote of the day is, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. Unknown. Again, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I guess, first of all, for faith for me is just total trust in God. But if I had to reduce faith to its lowest common denominator, I would say that faith is the ability to persevere, to keep on keeping on when common sense tell you and give you no reason not to. That's what I take away from it.
Okay.
Like, okay, you're going to quit your job, but you don't have another job. Common sense says, girl, you better wait till you get another job. But faith says, I'm going to step out and believe God to provide my needs. That kind of thing. So, that's how I see it.
That's faith, friends.
That's faith.
Because we had the unction or the feeling or the motivation to say it's time for us to leave. But common sense, like you said, was like, no, maybe we should wait a little while longer. And as you say, like, it's believing in God. So are we going to believe in God or are we going to believe in ourselves?
Right.
We know good. We got to trust him. You say it to Jesus, come on, we're going to do it.
That's it. That's it.
We
you
can't
said
fall.
It. That's it. Yes.
We can't fall. Oh, so good. Already it's good. Friends, we got to have a little bit of faith because guess what? It's all about faith this month. Faith walking with faith. So as always, friends, I have prepared some questions to guide tonight's topic. But if you have any questions or comments, be sure to engage below by putting in a comment. You ready? Here we go. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Antoinette?
Antoinette is your round the way, down the earth girl. That's who she is.
I heard that coming. I was singing this song in my head.
I know. It was in my head. I was like, I cannot say all that. But yeah, I'm just your ordinary girl who just loves life and love people.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in West Philly, born and raised on Cops Creek Park, where I spent most of my days. So I grew up in West Philly. Went to Catholic school, grade school, high school. Got saved at the age of 19. Mm-hmm. Started living for God for real at the age of 29. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, as you know, I'm here. I am got ordained as an elder at Victory Christian Center. Woo-hoo. So that's where that's me. That's me. Like I said, love people, love God's people, love everybody.
Yes, everybody. So you were saying that faith means to you trusting in God. Has it always been easy to have faith?
Girl, no. Everything that's happened in my life, which really challenged my life, has been major. It was like faith just wouldn't give me a break. You know, when I thought I moved into a new arena or a new level in faith, then here comes something which knocks me right back into the ring. And here I go try to conjure up some scriptures to rebuild up my faith.
Yes.
Because faith is not easy. But at this point, the more you learn to trust God, the more you learn to walk this thing out. Faith comes with maturity. So now it's just like, you know the saying, it is what it is. But with God, it is what it is. And I just trust that.
Yes.
So it's just a mature thing. You have to get to the point in maturity in your faith and in your walk that you believe God no matter what. Yes,
no matter what. And it's so hard. Okay, so what I was going to say is it's so hard because it really is sometimes, only because I guess we get in the way because God has proven himself time and time again. But it's like, well, maybe he's going to bail on me because so many people, places, and things have bailed on us. And we forget that God is not like man. And I'm so, so grateful. You know, he forgives us. We're in the cancel nation or cancel society was the word where we want to cancel everybody. And thanks unto God, we don't get canceled when we probably should have been canceled.
That's the truth.
But we're so quick to like cancel somebody and not remembering, hey, that was me. And that faith causes us to be like, well, no, maybe I can't do it this time, or maybe it won't work out this time.
But you have to trust God that it will. And yes, it's hard, but that's the human side of us.
Yes.
And that's the cool thing about God. He let us be human.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, you finished tripping? You really think I can't believe it? When you decide you want to really trust me in this thing, all right, I'll be sitting here waiting when you say, okay, God, I give up. I trust you. I'll be right here. But go ahead and trip. Have your moment.
And that part right there, when you finally say whatever it is, and we come to these moments each time, probably different times. It was like, all right, God, I'm gonna trust you. But like, boom, boom, boom. It's like fireworks going off. Like, wow, you had this plan for me.
Right. Right. I was tripping all that time, and look, I was holding my own self up. You know what I mean?
And then hope that I get on the train quicker the next time.
Right.
Lord, thank you for your patience with me. Oh goodness. Yes, thank you, Sandy. It's cancel culture. Yes, the cancel culture. We always doing that. But Jesus is one that does not cancel us. Hey, Mama Wanda, welcome back. Thank God you're back too. And thank you to all that are tuning in. So what, and speaking of faith, you know, you're believing in God, trusting in God. Elder, so you're supposed to trust in God, but sometimes even having a title, we're human.
We're human.
And we still be like, oh, okay, this is seesaw today, Jesus. You gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But the important thing is have your human moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't feel guilty because you're having a human moment. Have it. We're human. And God knows that. We're made of flesh. Go ahead and have your human moment. We're not Jesus. We're not fully human and divine. No.
Yes.
So, yes, have your moment. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
I heard a song that said it's okay to not be okay, because there are some moments where we're really not okay. So in those moments, what should we do though?
Well, it's okay not to be okay. Once again, have your moment, feel what you feel. If you want to scream, scream. I was about to say, you want to cuss somebody out, cuss them out. No, don't do that. but just have your moment, have your feelings, get it all out. Have a talk with Jesus. I'm telling you. I mean, that sounds deep, and you know me, I'm not a deep person, but deep when necessary. Yeah. But yeah, you just have a talk with Jesus and talk to him like I'm talking to you. Like, like God, I'm feeling this type of way today. I'm not feeling this. What's going on? What's up? Well, how we gonna handle this today? Yes. If Antoinette get in the way, it's not gonna get handled correctly. So I think you may want to step in right about now. Yes. So I'm totally honest with God. I'm totally upfront, and that's the one thing I always say about my relationship with God, or anybody that has a relationship with God. He is so cool. You talk to him like we talking, and he's okay with that. Of course, you know you have your honor. You ain't gonna be real ghetto with him, but I'm just saying, just say what you say and mean what you mean and feel the way you feel, and let him do the rest.
Yes. I love that. And I love that about you, because you've always been that since day one of meeting you. And that is really, like, I had conversations with God, and I'm like, some people probably would be like, why is she talking to you like that? Because he my daddy, and I understand why he let X, Y, and Z happen, but I'm going to go along with it, but I'm going to let him know how I feel. Right. Get it out. That helps it to not be on me. Right. And he already knows how I feel anyway. I'm just really just letting him know what he already knows.
And releasing it from you, because you can't hold that stuff in. You got to let it out. So, I mean, you can call a friend, but he's the main one you need to talk to. Yes.
Because and then when we hold it into it continues to build up. You know, we've all had that relationship with somebody where we let stuff go and after a while, and then we do end up cussing or saying some unchoice words or doing something. Jesus didn't step in quick enough, and we handled it ourselves and things like that. So again, you want to be able to let those things go as they come, because if not, that build up and that explosion can be crazy and damaging.
And it's real.
Yeah. And only Jesus can bring it back to what it needs to be if he sees fit for it to come back.
Come on now. That's the truth. That is the truth.
So who do you keep around to help you stay focused with your faith walk?
Apostle. Is it? Apostle. I have good friends. I have good friends who's strong in the faith as well. So you want strong people around you. You don't want somebody that titter-totters in their faith, because they ain't no good for you. Especially when you're questioning or doubting yourself. You have that person that's can tell you, girl, you're going to get through this, or girl, you can do this. Yes. Because what has God promised you? You wrote it in your journal. You repeat what you wrote in your journal and watch God bring it to pass. Yeah. I believe in you. You know, you need those folks around you that encourage you, that lift you up. Yeah. You feeling like. Yeah. So I have good friends, good sister friends that help me. And then you know, and I laugh and joke about Apostle, but a lot of times when I'm going through or I'm having doubts or my faith is a little teeter-totter, he will preach something or teach something that just be like, oh, okay, God, I heard you. You know, I heard you. Especially those times when you're not praying as you should to get the answer, or you're not reading your word as you should to get the answer. Help us, Lord. Oh, okay, you ain't gonna read today? Okay, Jimmy Ellis, you talk about this today to get her attention. And then you see what happens.
Yes. It's funny. I always say when I first joined Victory, it was always interesting. I'm like, so was he following me around? And I didn't know. Was he the real fly on the wall? He always in my business. But I was more grateful that God was that concerned about me, because I was like, this is a big church. I don't know if I'm going to make it. But every time he would get up, I'm like, dang, he got me again today. Oh, he got me again today. Not that it was a beating, but it was that guidance, that shepherd. You're going too far, sunshine. Come back in. You can go that way a little bit, but all right, come on back in.
Come on in.
He has been consistent in that. And I'm always grateful when he takes the desk because he's always going to be in my business. But give me what it is that I need. So again, I'm with you.
Yes.
Just like, oh, you didn't hear what I said? When I sent that song that encouraged your heart, you still doubted? Oh, let me. And then he'll be like, I ain't even planning on going there. Oh, Jesus done did a whole detour for me.
But I was calling out this Sunday, but something told me to go. Yeah, something told me to go.
Yes. That's so awesome. So amazing. Having good faith grounded people in our lives can definitely help us to stay on our walk. And a good pastor that's going to get in your applesauce and make sure it's the right consistency and things of that sort.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So what were your dreams as a child? Because we're talking about hidden figures. So like, what was your dreams as a child? What was it that Antoinette wanted to do when she got older?
You do not want to ask that question, but you already asked it, so I guess I have to answer it. Let me tell you, when I was a child, I was all over the place as a child. I was the child, I wanted to be like 50 things because I was the child in school that just liked to have fun and like to play and like to joke. I know that's hard to believe, but that was me.
It is so hard. I'm so surprised.
Had good grades, but I was just a silly kid in the class and even in high school. But as a child, I wanted to first be an actress. Then I wanted to be a teacher. Then I wanted to be a nurse.
Okay.
Then what else I wanted to be? I wanted to be a cosmetologist. And I wound up being, when I left high school, being a cosmetologist.
Okay.
For a brief moment. But that's what I wanted to be when I was little. One of those 3 or 4. And that's what I wound up being. A cosmetologist for a brief moment.
Okay. Awesome. So of that, what do you think caused your dream to shift to get you to where you are today?
What caused it to shift? Well, first of all, I told you I got saved in 19. Started living for God for real. At the age of 29. I just think just walking with him, like what I'm doing now, I didn't even imagine me doing. Yeah, I wanted to be a teacher, but did I really want to be a teacher? You know, like you said, I'm one in the background, but you know, teaching I like doing. I like helping people. So when I got called to first be a minister, that was back in 2005. I was one to I was like Moses. I would give my excuses. I don't like talking in front of people, or I don't think I'm eloquent enough to speak. You know, I just started making excuses, and then then I was like Gideon. God, if this is really you, give me a sign. You know, I'm one of those. Give me a sign.
Me too. And then he give me a sign. I'm like,
give me a sign.
Give me another.
Give me another one. Yeah.
One more, Jesus.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, make this red jelly bean green. Come on. That was the kind. You know, you really had to just make it real plain for me.
Yes.
And he did. He did. So when I finally said yes, I said, "Oh, I guess we go in this direction." So I've been going that direction ever since. So you know, that was the shift. Didn't plan it. Didn't really want it.
Yeah,
I
love that because you know we do aspire, or our dream is to be whatever it is that we want to do. But if we are in a faith walk, so over here I really like to talk about mental health because I'm always about that. But I also like to talk about Jesus, and Jesus is the one that kind of keeps me grounded. Not kind of. He do it when I'm listening, because we don't always listen. But in our faith walk, like what our plans was to be, or what we had planned, doesn't always end up being what God had planned for us. And that's a faith walk too, because if we say, God, I trust you, God, I believe you, but I want to, do hair, I want to be a cosmetologist, I want to be an actress, and action, who took the money, things that sort, whatever like that. Not that you can't do it, not that you can't ever get into that field, but sometimes like, no, but I have need of you here. This is something I want you to do. And through that walk, the different paths that we go through, the different experiences that we have, help shape and mold us into that what he had planned. And you'd be like, oh, okay, this is what, you wanted me to do. And it's still in the aim of teaching somebody, helping somebody, making somebody look beautiful. Because cosmetology is, making somebody look good, things of that sort. So you do it in a different way. So you get those skills. And it's like, oh, I thought I was going to use it in this way. And you done flip the script. and now I'm using it in this way. So we're an actress in Jesus's play.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
but that's cool, because again, we've all was like, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, and then life keeps going. It's like, oh, well, maybe I want to do this. And sometimes we can change, but in that faith walk, you just want to be able to consult those around you that are encouraging you to do what it is that you feel you should be doing, and God, to make sure you're on that right path. Let me go to the comments for a second. Sandy, did you want to be a hitman? Who wanted to be a hitman?
I can see that. Hitwoman.
I get. I got more questions for you, Sunshine. I'm coming back. So in that, in this walk that we're doing and things of that sort, sometimes we do hide, because like you said, being called to ministry, you want to hide. Okay, my personal thing, I was like, maybe they got the wrong Jennifer. This was to the wrong address. I mean, this is only Jennifer that lives here. But, whatever it is that you feel like you want to hide. Why does one person want to hide sometimes when they are being pushed to do something greater, when God is pulling them into a different area? What causes somebody to want to hide?
You're comfortable. It's your little comfort zone.
Mm.
I'm cool right here. Mm-hmm. I'm okay right here in the background. Yeah. Because see, I first got called to ministry in 2005 at another church. So by the time I came in 2009 to Victory, an apostle said, well, you have to sit under me first and you have to serve in the church. That was the best thing he could say to me. Like, yes, I can do this. I can shuffle. What you need me to do in the background? I can do this.
Yes.
It was like, I gotta relieve. I ain't gotta stand in front of people. That was me. And I think I was just comfortable doing what I do, working in the background, making sure others to see, making sure things get done correctly in the background.
Yes.
So I was comfortable, and that's what causes that we become comfortable. And it's not that. And sometimes we do doubt ourselves. Like, I can't do this. Like I said, with the excuses, I can't do this. But we finally grow up and give in, because the ultimate thing is we want God's will to be done in our lives. And when we say yes to God, that's including getting out your comfort zone and doing what He asks us to do. So you just have to step out on faith and do that thing, whether you feel like it or not.
Whether you feel like it or not.
Whether you want to or not.
Whether you want to or not.
Whether you think you're capable or not.
Now I feel like sharing my business, because, whether I'm capable or not. And what I'm learning is most times, when something does come to you and it's God ordained, He sees it as you being able to handle that task. But we get in our head of, like you said, I can't speak well. They're going to look at me funny. They're going to think this. They're going to think that. Or whatever else somebody has run the mill to say, this girl is like, da-da-da-da. So like, don't talk to her because she da-da-da. So you have all these different thoughts in your head. It's like, but I have called you. I have appointed you. I want you. And it's like, all right, Jesus, I'm going to do it because you said it.
Right.
Be with me.
Be with me. Be with me, Jesus.
But I'm trying not to kick and scream too much. Because sometimes it's like, really, God? This?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when it's bigger than you.
When it's bigger than you.
Especially when you can't see yourself, or you never saw yourself doing that. The unknown will cause you to feel like that.
I know. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know. But
you feel like it's going to make it, but you don't know how far it will make it. You feel like, I'm just going to do this, and it's going to help the people on my block. And the next thing you know, it's helping the people on the next block, in the next block, in the next city, in the next. We're like, whoa, God, you did that. And that's what happens when we really step out on that faith.
Yep.
So you recently launched something. What caused you to stop hiding to launch what you launched?
Well, God had given me a vision. He really gave me a vision some years ago, but I put it on the back burner. I heard him, but at the same token, it was like, now is not the time. I don't have time to do that. That was my whole excuse. I don't have time. Here I am, a full-time employee. I'm a wife. I'm in ministry. I'm a caregiver. That was the biggest thing. I was a caregiver. So I've been a caregiver. Like, I come from a large family. Well, it's not large now, but my grandmother and her siblings were large. So I found myself, like, at the age of 16, like, I was taking care of all the aunts, all the uncles that didn't have children. When my dad, he got sick 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago now, I was his caregiver. And then, of course, my mom. So it was always, and you don't have enough hours in the day.
Right.
So God's agenda becomes the back burner because you're doing all these other things. So last year during COVID, he kind of he brought the vision back to me. And I said, okay, well, what are we going to do with this? So, but I knew it was a need, because women, COVID, that whole, it just really drained. And I found myself talking to many women that were going through. And so I'm saying, okay, when am I supposed to do this? Once again, I'm a caregiver, I'm a full-time employee, Then lo and behold, for some unforeseen reason, I lost my mom in 2020 in December. And then that January, that very next month, he said, I had to take her, so you can step out now. And then I'm like, so that's what made me say, okay, God, so, where are we going? What are we going to do? And he gave me a plan. But I was grieving so that I couldn't really, I knew it was a plan for women. I thought it was one thing. I took it to Apostle. Apostle gave me his blessing. But then after the grieving, after some months, I say around May, June, he kind of shifted. He shifted Bonafide Sisters, and it became what it became because he lifted some of the grief, and I was able to hear and see clearly more. And here we are. Here we are. So I couldn't hide no more. Here we are.
Speaking of that, what is a...
Oh, you want to stop playing?
What is a bona fide sister?
A bona fide sister. A bona fide came. Well, let me tell you, when I first thought the Lord was when I knew he was calling me, it was supernatural sisters. And I like, once again, I had this, Superman S on the chest, spiritual, we're supernatural, we're going to get through this thing, And he switched that whole thing around because supernatural sisters were geared more to women in the church. But bona fide sister is an outreach ministry that goes beyond the church. Bona fide sister is for, yes, the Jesus lovers, the Jesus seekers, and even the Jesus avoiders. It's come whosoever will. Because there are many women that are going through that will not step foot in the church.
Right.
There are many women that's going through that will not turn on Apostle on Sunday mornings or Wednesday nights.
Right.
So bona fide sister, bona fide means trustworthy, it means valid, it means legitimate, it means trustworthy. It just means that this is the real thing, real sisterhood. This is a place where you come and you are free to do life with other women. You are free to take off the mask. You're in a safe environment that whatever's going on in your life, we can talk about it for real. So in the sister circle, I'm not Elder Antoinette. I'm just Antoinette. I'm going to tell you what's going on with Antoinette. Not with Elder Antoinette. I'm going to tell you what's going on with Antoinette. So we deal with the emotional side of a woman, the spiritual side. Yeah, we are there spiritually, but that's not the focus. The main focus. Let me just say that. The emotional and even the physical. So whatever's going on, we are here to help you navigate through life course.
I like it.
So that's what bona fide sister is. It's a safe space where you're not judged, where you're not criticized. Because a sister's story, your story is my story.
Yes.
Let's share stories. That's basically what it is.
I love it. So many good pieces you shared. You shared even before starting how you were interacting with women that were going through different things. And it's funny how leading up to what you were doing, you were already doing the work. And so many times the different things that we want to do in life, we're already doing the work. We just maybe haven't found the word or the term to, really define what it is, but you're still doing the work. And they find like, oh, this is the ministry I'm already doing.
Right.
Already in the grain, already been working a pound for it. Another part I like of really being able to take off the mask. Sometimes people hide behind titles. And we specialize in tough talks over here, but like I've been in enough situations. My mom was a musician. I've been in church a long time. I've seen a lot of things, met a lot of people. And sometimes people fall on the title and things and forget that they are human, forget that they are going through things. I done therapy. I've seen a gazillion couples who portray that everything is great, but they're really going through some things behind the scenes and things of that sort. And it's not that, everything's not great. There are some great times, but even in relationships, there's some times where it's a struggle. There's some times where there's a problem. There's some times where you are sharpening that iron and you like, what did I marry this fool for? Like, what's going
right.
on? And we don't have enough honest conversations to be able to help somebody else. Because we say, take it to the Lord in prayer. I took it to the Lord. He ain't answered me yet, and I'm about to kill this man. We got to really get to that part of what can I do? How can you pray me through? Because obviously my prayer ain't getting there. Or it's something I had to learn through this. So like really help me process through that. And being able to really bear all is such an important piece that we don't always get a chance to do because we feel like somebody's going to talk about us. Somebody's not going to receive us well.
Right.
Or like, what? You in that kind of relationship? He hitting you, he doing this, or he cheating on you, you need to leave. And then there's other components. How can you really help me in this situation? Because you just telling me to leave. He come follow me. We all seen Tina Turner.
Right.
The baby was getting back on that bus. He was like, my baby.
Come here, Annie, yeah.
So it seems easy, but it's not always that easy. And I'm always like, even when I talk to people that are having some trouble with, domestic situations, where can you go? Because if you call the cops, then that's another scene that you're opening up. Not saying that we can't do these, but make sure we have our plans together. But who can I go to? Who can I turn to talk about these things that are weighing on me so bad? Because I can keep smiling, but behind that smile, these masks are really covering some things now. It's like we already had a mask, and then we have another mask. It's hard.
Yeah, because we as women are so resilient, and we're so used to being the strong ones.
Yes.
We have a different type of mental needs and emotional needs than men do. You can be that woman that goes to Walmart and you sitting in your car and you just having your moment because you're so stressed out.
Yes.
You're not talking about it. You just being the strong one. You sitting in your car crying your eyes out. Then after you finish crying, you pull down that sun visor, look in that mirror, put that eyeliner on.
Yes.
Put that little matte lipstick on and stretch yourself in Walmart and look unbothered. Look like nothing is wrong with you. That's the person I want to talk to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because, you can look like that, but how many times we do that? Go in the bathroom or something, have a good cry and come back out like we're unbothered. Yet we're feeling depleted. We're feeling drained. We're feeling worn. We're feeling angry. We have bitterness. Unforgiveness, we're just going through depression, but we wear it well.
Yes.
So who do you talk to? I remember we had a prayer service one night Bible study. How we walk around in circles in prayer. And I remember sitting there and an elder came to me and she asked this question, and nobody never ever asked me this question because I laugh and joke a lot. She says, you make everybody else laugh. Who makes you laugh? And all I knew was I just started busting out crying because I was always the strong one. I'm always there for everybody else. And I know that I've got other people that I can talk to. But like I said, other people got other stuff they're going through too. And I don't like to be the one to bother people unless I'm really going through it. But, you have to get to a point where you have to trust someone and not hold it in. Yeah. And not be afraid to talk about it.
Yes.
And not be afraid to be judged, like you said. I did prison ministry for 9 years. So I'm used to the women. And those women in prison, they had taught me something that they are just as real. They know they can love God and be raw at the same time. But that's who God called me to. God called me to those that are outcasts, those, like I said, that don't even come to church.
Yes.
But they like, because I'm real. I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you what I did. I tell you I did drugs. I tell you I drank. I tell you, I slept around. I'm honest. So when you can be transparent to another woman, that gives them the freedom to open up too.
Yes.
So that's what Bonafide Sisters is about, just being transparent and real.
That's so good. But I definitely want to break that. It's not a myth, because it's actually a fact, where you feel like you are going through enough, and the person that you would reach out to is going through enough, and you don't want to be a bother to them. But guess what? They are in our lives for a reason, and we have to, like you said, have that trust to know that I know you're going through, but guess what? I'm going through this too. And you got to share in that conversation, because sometimes the phone call could be all about you, but sometimes you got to say, who makes you laugh? You got to have that balance. And one of my friends, she was like, she was like calling herself on it, because she was like, I got to do that more. Like, you always make sure I'm good. I got to make sure you're good too. And I ain't gonna lie, it touched my heart. Because so many times you're just used to that surface level conversation.
But we had that conversation in the parking lot, didn't we?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I just want to make sure. All right. Go on.
Because she got me, friends. And it was funny. And we talking about crybabies. I'm a crybaby. Welcome to the club if you're not. And I was talking, it was just like random. The next thing like tears coming down my eyes, because it was so much that I was holding that I had to let go. And friends, we have to be able to confide in somebody. We have to be able to let loose to somebody. And guess what? Even if that person does go to Isha Blip and tell everybody on the way, you still got it off you. And guess what? It's your story. So you can't take nothing from me. Yes, I was fed up. Yes, I was upset. Yes, I was tired. Guess what? You were too. Let's open up the mirror, and things like that. But you got to be able to get it off. And once you get it off, you feel so much better. But then she got me with those trick questions. Not the trick questions, but those thought-provoking questions. Because she was like, so if it was here, would you be doing what you're doing? And I was like, got myself all the way back together again. Why? Because I would be doing things differently if, my life was going on a different path. And we have to trust that the walk that we're on, we have to have faith that the walk that we're on is where we're supposed to be at that moment. But it stinks, because sometimes we want to add some little sparkles along the way of different things. But again, if we're not ready for those pieces, then we're going to mess up and then be upset. And then you got to wait a little long for it to come back around again.
That's the truth.
Because you're brokenhearted. You're sad. Yes. All those other emotions from having a human moment. And then something else comes along who's like, no, they ain't the right place because last place messed me up. No, they ain't the right person because last person messed me up. No, they ain't the right thing. Last thing messed me up. And we got to get out of that of knowing, God, I messed up. God, I did not listen. I did my own thing. I said I trusted you. But I thought you meant this.
Yeah. That butt would get you in trouble.
That butt would get you in trouble. And I perceived it wrong because I didn't seek the counsel. I didn't go to somebody that I could talk to really help me process through it. And sometimes that's easy and sometimes that's hard.
Right.
But I promise you, friends, when you do,
you feel so much better.
You feel so much better. And then you just make appointments. You be like, can we chat? I ain't got to talk about nothing of significance, but I know that if I did, I had that moment. I was like, all right, I didn't need nothing else, good chat. Let's try again next week and things that sort. It's almost like therapy, having that sisterhood you can go to like make sure you still staying sane. You good today? All right, keep on keeping on and baby, keep on going. Yeah. So it's needed.
Yeah.
Yes. Amira, yes. Sometimes you need to dig deeper because we could say we fine. We could say we blessed and highly favored of the Lord. We could say it's a beautiful day. And that's one of my favorite things because I say, if I was able to experience the worst day of my life any other day, I can make it through, But sometimes we do have to go deeper. How beautiful is it? I know they got on your nerve. Let's talk about it. You want to cuss them out, didn't you? You want me to cuss them out for you?
Right.
So you try to take on other people's battles and things. But sometimes you definitely got to dig deeper because there's so much more. We're onions. And we don't get past that skin a lot.
Yes.
Because we like, oh, the skin look good. Oh, she look good. She got that. Walk like this, all that stuff. But there's more stuff going on. And sometimes we have to go further. And that's being a true friend, too, of you're not your normal self. What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Can we talk for a minute? Can we talk just for a minute?
Yes.
No, I was just saying what you were saying. You was like, yeah, let's talk.
Y'all talking about what we're going deeper. Let me put my listening ears on. But yes, that's what it is. And you have to be able to do that. And no distractions, because sometimes we get distracted too. Really be present in that moment to get what it is that you need so that you can walk out and be focused and do that what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
It's hard out here, but it doesn't have to be. A song came to my mind earlier when we were talking of, I can't think of the next word. We often forfeit. Oh, what pain we often bear. What?
Grief we often
forfeit. What needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. And I find that when I talk to Jesus about something, I mean, he be listening. Sometimes he gives the answer right then. Sometimes he tells me to wait. Sometimes he just like, you just wanted to talk. I didn't have to give you anything, you know? Yes. Right. What peace we often forfeit. What needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry. So we could be having some peace. We could be having some pain relief, but we're not talking about it. And just like talking to God, God uses people. So he has orchestrated, put some good people in your lives. You just have to reach out and talk to them. Mm-hmm. And you'll know who the person is, because I've been in church for a long time. I had some people that was mentored like as a kid that scarred me, that then I didn't want to reach out to somebody again. But I had to have the experience to know how to know the good fruit from the bad fruit, because you got to try fruit, good fruit, things that sort. I had the bad fruit that did me bad and things that sort. And it causes you to like close off. No, I can't tell you nothing. No, I can't go with you nowhere. No. Mm-hmm. But eventually God then sent some other people, because now you know.
You have that discernment. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. You can't tell everything to everybody.
You can't. They say tell some, keep some, always have some.
That's right.
Because people mess you up.
Yes, they will.
So, Antoinette's coming out of hiding. What will Bonafide Sisters be doing where others can like link on and do things with?
Well, we do have a Facebook page. You know what this COVID thing is really like. Because it's still in this baby stage, we are going to be doing things virtually as well as in person. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to coordinate some in-person things before it gets really cold outside. Uh-huh. So all of that is lined up. So I'm still trying to make goals and for Bonafide Sisters, because like I said, it's still in this baby stage, but the baby is taking baby steps. So so hopefully we are on Facebook. Mm-hmm. It is a closed Facebook page, but we'll let you in if we like you. No, I'm just kidding. We are on Facebook, so we're there to motivate. We put up motivations, we put up things that you can do physically, we put up things that help you relieve stress. We do things for fun on Bonafide Sisters Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And so eventually, like I said, even when we do our start doing virtual teachings and virtual topics that we can talk and have Zooms when everybody can engage, because that's the purpose too. We want everyone to engage. Yes. And then you're going to have some spectators, which is fine. Even spectators can walk away with something. Yes. Yeah. So Bonafide Sister is slowly but surely making moves virtually and in person.
I love this. So she shared that, they're still in baby stages, so they're still planning things. But guess what, friends? That's the faith walk. You just got to step out, because you'll be surprised as things come together. You'll be like, oh, people want to be a part. Oh, and then they give you the inspiration. They give you the motivation of what you need. The thing is, you just really stepping out and saying, all right, this is what we're doing. Who's on board? And you'll be surprised with who comes. And again, I've learned from even doing Jen Cares, I don't always know who's watching. I don't. I only know because if they comment. If they don't comment, I don't know that you watch. So there's always somebody watching and seeing what it is that you're doing. You just got to get out there, be consistent. As they see what it is that you are doing, they want to be a part, or they connect with you, or one conversation could change your whole life. Ask me how I know. It's been happened so many times just from this platform. And it's just you getting out there and doing whatever it is in your heart to do. You'd be surprised. So friends, as we enter in, going into this last leg, just step out on faith on whatever it is that you're doing. Because the people start coming, they start saying, oh, can you do this? I'm like, oh yeah, let's add this in the books, add this in the pot. We're making a pot of soup. I don't like soup, but you're making something that's going to be good for the masses.
Yeah.
And that's so awesome, because what happens is if we don't step out, it'll still just be that dream in our head. But when we start walking it out, it's like, oh, I got to keep going now because people are depending on it. I'm looking for that next motivational post. Who's going to post it, And anybody can post, anybody can share. And that's the amazingness of the group. And I'm just excited for the Zooms that will come, the hearts that will come. It's funny. I went to a women's event a couple weeks ago, and I was listening to the young lady giving her testimony, things of that sort. But then she said something, and my ear clicked up a little bit. Where I was like, oh, okay, this is getting real. I like this. Why? Because transparency helps us so much. And it made me think of how it's not until you expose something that they know that they got to get out. A burglar comes into your house. When you expose that burglar, they got to get out of there. And the enemy comes to still kill and destroy. So sometimes we got to expose them. And that causes us to be transparent to say, no, look, I was doing X, Y, and Z. I know I wasn't supposed to be doing it. Or I was tempted to do X, Y, and Z. And then ABC came along. And then I wanted to do EFG. It was a lot going on. And I'm like, yo, I need somebody to like help me through. Who's going to be my accountability?
Right.
Because you need accountability.
Yeah, real talk.
And that's the real talk, being able to share those things, being able to bear on. They be like, girl, I was doing that too. This is what I did to help me get through. Because you can tell me what worked for you. It may work for me. It may not work for me. But when we come together and we get a plan together, one of the things the minister at that event had shared was, we're going to be on the wall for you. Even if they can't do something, even if they can't give you some support, God touch Antoinette. God, you know what she's going through. God, help her through. And just having somebody pray. The song says, somebody pray for me.
Have me on their
mind. You'll be surprised how many times those prayers get you through.
Right. That's the truth.
That
is the truth. And you need those strong sisters like that. That's why I'm so grateful for my team. He knew who to put. That's how I know it's God.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm like, how I'm going to do this? One of those. Well, God, you called me to do this. How I'm going to do this? But he showed me. He showed me who to use. And it's like, okay, all right. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful. Like I said at the event, just when I met with them and I brought the vision to them, they was just like, yes, we're on board. Yes, this is needed. I was like, well, okay, God, I ain't had to. I didn't say you want to think about it, call me, let me know. They're like, yes. So as quickly as they say yes, and quickly I was like, okay, God, we're doing this. Yeah. And God was just putting everything in play. It's just let me say, God. Faith says, I believe, but expectation is that part of faith that says I anticipate. And that's what it was. I was anticipating what God was going to do with this ministry. I was just anticipating. I saw it. I asked, well, how was I going to fund the event? How was I going to do this? But everything just came into play. When he said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I was just anticipating him from just to do it. And he did it.
Yeah.
And he's going to continue to do it. That's how you know when it's of God. When he blows on it, when he breathes on that thing.
Man.
Everything, all you got to do is walk it out.
Man.
He don't breathe on it. All you got to do is walk it out.
Man. And don't let him... it's gonna be funny, but when people blow and a little speaker there, don't let that happen because the blow blows and it keeps going. That spit stay there longer, so then it's that favor that continues to overtake you because you again step out on faith for whatever it is that you want to do. Say you want to do hair, say you want to open up a daycare, say you want to start a business, say you want to quit your job and do some crochets, whatever it is that you want to do. If God put it in your heart to do it, when he breathes on that thing, when he really breathes on that thing, because it's really God inspired, because so many people are starting stuff that's not God inspired or that's not needed in the world, because Netflix, I saw the ad thing for Netflix. It was like, don't give up on your dream. We started with DVDs. They don't even do DVDs no more. They are the streaming service, and they are one of the top streaming services. So you can't, whatever it is, and even though it starts small, they be like, who gonna want a DVD? We gonna want a DVD because you're gonna mail it to my house and I don't gotta come get it. Yeah, because we want convenience and things of that sort. But now it's so convenient, I just turn on my TV, select the app, or turn in the laptop, select the app. So what you thought would be small, God blows it up and makes it so amazing when we only step out on faith and believe.
Yes.
And not to say that everything goes well as you expected, because I've had some blunders, even with chosen counselors. We've been in existence 6 years. And like our first year we did event, it was amazing. That second year I went to a different area. It was like not a total bust, But I was like, maybe I didn't hear correctly. Jesus on the area where I should be and things of that sort. But sometimes you got to just try different things. Hey, I was out there. I was trying.
You put out the
I wasn't give up. I kept on going. And that's what we got to do too, friends. And then that next year, found the location. It was a new location in North Philly. It was amazing. The year after that, went right back. It was amazing. And when you find that nook, sometimes you got to find it. You making spaghetti. It's always my favorite analogy. I want to say you can't mess with spaghetti, but guess what, friends? You can.
You can. Yes, you can.
You can. But what you find out is, what is the best recipe for that spaghetti to be able to touch the masses? Another thought came to mind, Kool-Aid. We love some Kool-Aid. How much sugar? Too much sugar? Where is the sugar level? So when you get that great mixture, it goes beyond. It also makes me think of my last one is 409 cleaning. 409 cleaner was two Detroit scientists that wanted to come up with this cleaning, and it took them 409 times. That's why they named it 409. Oh. But 409 rather. Right. And I was like, I would have gave up before then because the different chemicals that you're mixing together, the different reactions that it could cause. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until that 409th time. So friends, whatever it is you're trying to do in this faith walk, don't give up. You will reach your 409.
Yes.
You have now reached your 409.
Go ahead.
And it's just beginning. Stop it. and it's just the beginning. And, some people will receive good. Some people won't receive good. And you know what? I was telling the guests last week, you got to let it roll off your back because what you're called to do, it's always going to be somebody that's going to have things to say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Thank you, because you're still paying attention. I took up enough of your time for you to share your thoughts about what it is I'm doing, but I'm going to keep on doing because it is helping somebody else. Right. Netflix is amazing, but everybody doesn't like it. Some people still like the VHS. Some people still like the DVD. Some people like the basic TV with the antenna, but It doesn't stop what it is they're doing. You got to keep going forward, keep pushing, keep moving.
You got to keep moving.
And that's encouraging. I'm excited.
Yeah, you leave the Tobias and the Sambalas right where they are and keep on moving, keep building.
Keep on moving. And sometimes they're there because they didn't step out and do the things that they should have been doing.
Yeah.
You
just
can
keep
do
focused.
It. Keep focused. I got a whole bunch of analogies because my other thing is like the bread. It's different brands of bread in the store. And it doesn't stop one person from doing it because you didn't want Stroman. You can get, was it Wonder?
You can get Wonder, you can get Sara Lee's.
Yes. You got a whole bunch. And then if you get Sara Lee, you can get the honey wheat. You can get the wheat. You can get the butter. Whatever it is that you want.
Yes.
And that's the amazing part of us all being uniquely different. Just be authentically whoever you are. If you want to go live, you do what it is for you. You ain't got to try to fit nobody else's shoes. Growing up, we wanted to walk in our mama's shoes, and it was so cute until we fell. But eventually, we were able to walk in our own shoes. And I just want to encourage all of us to walk in the shoes of whatever it is that we want to do in life.
Yeah.
The world is your oyster. Like, God, what can I do to help somebody? What can I do to make a difference in the world? What legacy are we really trying to leave? Because I walk away from coming to a Bonafide sister even like, I was really able to share with some other sisters, and that was amazing. Like, they was like telling me I look nice and things of that sort. They really meant it. They gave me a hug. They really loved me. And these are so important. We don't do that enough. I was in this store today, and the young lady, she only had $10, and her bill was like 11 something. I was like, here's $2. I don't normally carry cash. This was all Jesus. She was like, I use Apple Pay. She was like, but thank you, because there's not a lot of good people in the world. We're not even helping each other with those small things.
Right. Small things.
Yeah. And it's so important in this time. We are the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, they say. And right now, I don't know what kind of love this is. So where can I go to get that love? Where can I go to get that support from somebody that really, really cares for me?
Right. You come to Bonafide sisters.
Now, brothers, please find your local church ministry. They got a men's ministry going on that can help you.
That's what you do.
Yeah. But our ladies, we need more pieces like this. And if you have a women's ministry at your church, connect with them too, because they're doing some amazing things too to try to help build you up and things of that sort. But if you want to step out and do something where titles mean what they mean. I'm not taking from titles, but really just get to the human and who you are. I went to an event. She was like, why are you in the back? I said, because sometimes you just want to be in the back. Sometimes you got to get filled.
Right.
You seems like a ministry where you can get filled and you don't have to worry about, oh, I got to make sure this is going well. I'm minister, I'm elder, I'm prophetess, I'm this and things that sort. Just be Jennifer. Just be Antoinette. Like, I was upset. They really made me mad. Or she looked at me funny. She probably was just having a bad day. She could have been. Or was I having a bad day? Because sometimes we point the finger at somebody else and the finger's coming right back at us. Because we play a part too. So being able to really have that transparent conversation, again, I'm excited. What are some of the topics? Can you share what some of the topics may be?
No, I cannot.
Oh, okay.
No, one of them is faith. Believe it or not. One is faith. One is dealing with depression. One is dealing with fear. One is dealing with doubt. And there's a whole list. I
love it. It sounds like it's a whole, wherever you need help or wherever you can use support, you will find yourself. Because doubt is another one we don't really talk about. You know?
Yeah. So the goal is like just to post like a question. Like I'm trying to get where the women are.
Yes.
On Facebook Live. So if I'm not Facebook Live, on Facebook. So if we may talk about have a discussion on Facebook about a certain topic and see who chimes in. Yeah. And be like, oh, okay, so this is what we're going to talk about this month. Because everybody's chiming in. So it's going to be some topics that's just going to hit people where they are. I know. Because I'm a woman and I go through.
Yes.
And if I go through, you go through. So yeah.
And no matter how tough our skin is, we all still bleed. We all still hurt sometimes. And people do some things. They do some things. You know, I was telling somebody, I said, a lot of different things was happening. Like the enemy was trying to pull out some stops. I'm like, okay, they ain't nothing. Okay, they ain't nothing. But then I got this one phone call. And it really dented my armor. And I was like, whew. I got to sit down this round right here because this thing got me and things of that sort. You gotta have the moments of then it click like so many other things was happening. You was letting roll off your back, Jennifer. You was letting too much stuff roll. He was like, no, let me get you where it hurts and things that sort. And that thing hurted a little bit. And we have to be honest with ourselves to know, yes, that stung. Yes, that stinks. Yes, that was not right. I did a little bit of self-care. And then I got myself back together again. But it does happen. We do get these things because it's so many pieces that we let ride. And then again, that builds up. When you explode, that's how Jasmine Sullivan got to I bust those windows out your car. There was a lot happening.
There was a lot built up in them.
There was a lot built up. I was watching another show. She was talking and singing a song, but while she was singing the song, she was scratching the girl's car with her key. Again, we have to talk about these things. I don't want nobody going to jail.
Right.
I can't bail everybody out. I'm going to do like Paul and Silas and pray and sing and hope that them doors open.
Right. You don't want nobody going to jail. You don't want nobody in Friends Hospital.
Yes.
Let's nip this thing in the bud.
Yes. and these are the things for us to talk about, to really like get off our chest and things of that sort of what's going on and how I can get help and support from somebody else. But again, being honest about how you're feeling. Sharon, being honest about how you're feeling. You know, we hurt sometimes. It is not always good. Sometimes we stub our toe and it hurts. And Facebook, social media gets us in trouble because we'll post all the highlights. All the highlights.
Come on.
But then there's some parts that we should have posted, that we could have posted, that could have helped somebody else.
Right.
You know, so I challenge us to really just be more authentic. Like, yes, today was a good day. On Saturday, that was the day that thing hit my armor. And I was like, today was still a beautiful day. And God blew my mind. I went out to the little place. I said, I'm going to treat myself to eat because I don't feel like cooking. This day was the pits. I'm sitting there and like a tear goes to fall. And I'm trying to get it together, put my mask back on. So I'm going to the mass. It was so crowded because I didn't know it was a fight night. And had to sit at the bar. I don't like the bar because it's just me. Why are we going to take a bowl tape? It's just me. So I went there, whatever. And the man sitting next to me, he was talking a little bit. You know, I'm always cordial to people because you never know. Too many things is happening in the world.
That's right.
But then you also never know who you may be around, things that sort. And then when the lady was trying to get my bill, she kept on hitting the button. It wasn't coming up. I'm like, what happened? And Jesus like, that man paid your bill. And they still checking it. She goes to the other person. And she was like, oh, yeah, no. She came in, she was like, I don't know if you know, but the gentleman that was sitting next to you and left, he took care of your bill. And I said, God, you have amazing ways to let me know that you are still concerned about me.
Does.
And if you just keep on forward, it's going to be sometimes it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But God is still concerned about you. If you take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there,
yes,
I don't want to carry them. They're too heavy.
It's too heavy. Who
It's
wants to
too
carry
heavy.
all that? No, too much.
It's too heavy. It's too
Listen
heavy.
up. Get off me.
You gotta get off. Relax, relate, release is what the Gilbert said on the different world.
Yeah, you be at a masseuse every week. No, I ain't got that kind of money. The way my cash flow is set up, I ain't got that kind of money.
So one more question for you. What does self-care look like for you? Because when all these things are happening, when you are dented, when you are discouraged, when you have talked to you blue in your face to somebody else, and you're trying to get yourself back together, what are those pieces that help you put together?
Well, first, physically, I have to make sure I get the adequate rest because it can be draining physically as well as mentally, and even emotionally. But I find myself like doing something like whether it's okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a treadmill, but I don't use it as often as I should. So I try, like when I get really stressed out, I get on that thing. So something physically I tried to do. So whether it's exercise, whether even it's just walking the dog, just going for a brisk walk, or like I said, getting adequate rest. Mentally, I tried, spiritually, I tried to read the word. I tried to watch various preachers that I like, to get a word. Mentally, I read a good book or I watch Netflix. So self-care, and sometimes I just take myself out and I get a masseuse or I go out shopping.
Yes.
So that's self-care for me.
Yes. And why is it so important?
It's important because if I don't do those things, I'm not good for nobody else. I'm not good for my husband. He will I will order out every day of the week. I won't cook because I'm too tired.
Yes.
I'm too drained. You know what I mean? It's important to take care of you because you are number one and everybody else falls in line. So I have to be okay with me and for me so I can be okay for somebody else.
Yes. Friends, again, in this faith walk and stepping out on faith, you still have to take care of you. You could be pursuing your dream and loving it, living your life like it's golden. But if you're not taking care of yourself, sleep is so important. I'm trying to get better. One day, I don't know what day it will be. But it's so important. And then taking those moments for yourself, Netflix, whatever it is that you like to do, to really just have you be at peace, have you be at ease.
Yeah. Very important.
So important. And we got to make sure we're doing it. And how often would you say somebody should engage in self-care?
Well, if you're a busy person, at least once a week. At least you got to take one day out of the week for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even if it's for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I remember telling someone who they either dealing with their family or they working real hard. They do find a little time to go to the gym. I said, oh no, baby, you take a day to yourself. You go downtown, treat yourself to lunch. Go get a massage. Take a few hours for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need that downtime. Sometimes if you're that busy and you can't take a whole day, okay, we'll take a couple of hours.
Yes.
You just have to find time for you.
Absolutely. It's so important.
That's the bottom line. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to cost a lot. Like you said, that little walk, sometimes a walk can do it because it's like relieving your mind and things of that sort. Watching Netflix can do it. Going to the masseuse, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a lot. And throughout the day, I found that taking some deep breaths, pausing, like inhaling and exhaling is really helpful too. So it's little things you can do throughout the day as well to help you get through. Because we're always excited about Friday. And Friday is disrespectful because I feel like Friday is Saturday and Sunday sometimes, and we back at Monday. So we have to make sure that we're doing something again to really just encourage our hearts and things of that sort.
Right.
So it's so exciting to hear about what's next for Bonafide Sisters. Friends, if you want to hear more about this ministry, I did tag Antoinette in the post tonight. So you send her a message saying that you want to be a part, you want to know more. and she will be sure to let you know how you can find out more.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. What are your words of wisdom that you want us to walk away with?
I don't know. You know, I read somewhere talking about the ministry and why I'm in hiding and when I knew it was time. The whole thing, when you're stepping out on faith, the bottom line is to just trust God's timing. It's better to wait a while and let things fall in place than rush out to do it and things fall apart. That's it. I'm done. Drop the stylus.
She did drop
it.
But that is so powerful, though. Really just waiting and allowing the pieces.
Let them fall, because you know what, and I'm going to shut up after this. Because you know, God knows the beginning from the end. It's that middle piece, that middle that jacks us up. That middle of waiting. You know, that middle, he don't tell us the middle, and he don't tell us the process we got to go through to get where he's taking us. But we got to trust the process.
You know, there's many words I've received, and they're like, "You're not excited." I've been in this long enough to know I'm about to go through hell, but you're about excited. I'm excited when we get there, but the process to get in there,
yes,
it's real.
It's real. Yeah, the warfare is real.
Real.
Yeah, it's real.
That process is no joke, friends. But if you are in it for the long haul, you're excited about this faith walk, I promise, even though that middle sometimes does get rough, and the hills are hard to climb,
but work the middle. Work the middle.
Trust the process. Yes. Trust God's. Jacqueline said, amen. Trust God's time, and that's the key. Trust the process. Amen. And it's not always easy.
It's not. But that's where faith comes in.
The road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far.
Come on. That's faith.
He did not bring me this far to leave me.
That's faith.
I'd encourage my own self with that line, because so many times we've been through so many different things. But God, you did not bring us this far to leave us. Whatever it is that we need to be doing, whatever ways we need to be in alignment, whatever ways we need to clean up, help us, Father.
Right.
Because you did not bring us this far to leave us. We got to work the middle, friends.
Work the middle.
So very good. You made it, Sunshine? I
made it. Thank you, Jesus.
You sure there's nothing else you want to share?
No, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
May God bless your endeavors.
She gave me a benediction, y'all. But yes, I truly thank you. Hey, my proctor, she said thank you. A lot of thoughts to think about.
Hey, Mom. Hey. Okay. I'm sorry. I got excited.
Definitely a lot to think about. You know, because we also have to, pull ourselves to the mirror sometimes. What is it that Jennifer could be doing better? What is it how can Jennifer respond better? And it gets me messed up sometimes because I overanalyze, overthink some things. But I really do want to put forth my best foot, because I realized that I am representing Jesus. I didn't always like that either. I used to work at Rite Aid as a kid, and this person was like, "I see the light on you." And I was highly upset. What you mean you see the light on me? Can I just be a regular person? Like, let me be. But it's a blessing to have that light, because everybody doesn't have that light. And if your light is shining, keep on shining. How can you help somebody else? So I thank you tonight for shining your light. I thank you for sharing about what it is that you're doing, how you are no longer a hidden figure, and how you're coming to the forefront. And I hope that tonight encouraged somebody else to also come to the forefront. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Jen.
I love you.
I love you more. Have a good night.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Yes. So tonight we had Antoinette Lawrence. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that good, friends? That was really good. And I do thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Be sure to join us. Let me see what's on my notes. First, don't forget our quote of the day. Our quote of the day is, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. And we have all been there, friends. Common sense told us to let that thing go. Don't do it. But guess what? We want to believe. Why? Because with God, all things are possible if you only believe. I also want to share, my thing is not working right now, but I want to say again, congratulations. We have 10 amazing students that will be receiving snack attacks. We have students from Hampton University, Worcester Polytech Institute, Franklin and Marshall College, Morgan State University, Community College of Philadelphia, Allegheny College, and Delaware State University. I am so excited today. I did some final shopping for the kits that will be going out. They share with us what they would like, and we are excited to be able to give them a snack attack filled with goodies and just really share with them love, because we love and want to support the children of our future. Next, I want to share with you, we are doing a play. So if you would like to be in the play, we're seeking actors, singers, and volunteers to participate in this theater production. You can text me at 215-792-3185 with your name and email address, and I will be happy to send you the email because it's going to be amazing. The play is called Soul Thing. It is a remake of a play that I was in as a child. It was Can You Reach a Friend? Well, Can You Reach My Friend? And the young lady is asking God to simply reach out to her friend. So stay tuned if you don't want to be in the play, because we're going to have some tickets and it's going to be amazing. I think that's everything I have. I'm telling the story. Join us next week, because guess what we're going to have? Dun, 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 dun. Coach Early Jackson for our Good Times episode. It's going to be good. I met Early Jackson years ago when he was a pastor, and he's a coach. And I'm excited because he's going to come and tell us about good times. Ain't we lucky we got them? Da, 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 da. Good times. I got to go. I'm tired, obviously. It's been a long day. Went to the dentist and they did some stuff. Probably still high. I don't know, but I love y'all. I thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. May y'all have an amazing week. Do some self-care. No longer hide. Come out from behind the stage. Come to the forefront. Our Women's Day we just had, it was Emerge. It's time to come into view. So friends, come into view. Emerge. No longer be hidden. I love you all. Until next time. Good night.